Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far and thank you so much for joining me here today. Thank you so much to the EA Creator Network for allowing me super early access to The Sims 4 Life and Death so that I can bring this build to you all. This is my first build with this pack. I started this today. I finished it today. I wanted to get this up and ready for you all. I was too excited to kind of explore this pack, and so I thought, you know what, let's just do it all in one day. Let's stress myself out just a smidge. Anyway, we're building in, I'm pretty sure this world is called Ravenwood. It's genuinely beautiful. I've had a quick look around this world. The lighting is on point. The vibes are superb. And I'm vibing with this pack, I'm going to be honest. But I knew that I was going to, because me and spooky season just kind of go hand in hand. So I knew that The Sims 4 Life and Death and myself would just kind of get all the vibes going, you know? So I kind of decided that I wanted to build a family home in Ravenwood, and it consists of 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm pretty sure it does. The house is very spacious. I tried to use as many of the new items from The Sims 4 Life and Death as I possibly could. I did have CFE access, which means that you get super early access to like the Sims 4 base game plus the expansion pack build. But then we received comms that basically said you can't access all of the features, specifically some features regarding like gallery creations, etc. So they actually decided to give us full access to the pack, which means that I was able to access not only The Sims 4 Life and Death, but also all of my other packs in my library. So I'm bringing you this house almost kind of from the future. I feel like this is a house that I would have maybe built in a couple of weeks' time, but given the circumstances and given the fact that I have some other projects going on in the next week or two, I decided to just kind of vibe with what we were going with. And I thought, do you know what? Let's take advantage of this situation. So that is exactly what we did. I don't know if I've mentioned this. This is a 30 by 20 lot. I feel like this was probably the least overwhelming size of lots that I could have kind of undertaken, given the fact that I do sometimes struggle when we get a brand new pack. Sometimes it overwhelms me a little bit, and I think, oh, I don't know, it just overwhelms me, and then my first build isn't necessarily like a very good build. So I really tried to keep that in mind and try and create something that was actually half decent. At least I think it's half decent. It's very whimsical. It's very in keeping with the vibe of the entire pack and the entire world. And the interior, I didn't think I was going to like doing it as much as I did, but the interior, genuinely, the items that come with The Sims 4 Life and Death are superb. I was expecting a little more in terms of like the curtain department and perhaps the artwork apartment, but they're very minor things to consider when you look at what we actually got with this expansion pack. And whilst I'm not much of a gameplay girly, I feel like I say this quite a bit when like a gameplay pack comes out, I think, oh, you know, I'd love to like create some content around the gameplay, and then I think perhaps it's best off me doing that off camera, because I don't know how much you guys would actually enjoy seeing that on the channel. If that's something that you'll be interested in, please let me know and I'll consider it. I'll definitely consider it, but I'm kind of like, I'm a building girly, and so I just think I don't think a lot of people would want me to partake in gameplay on the channel. But that's not to say that I wouldn't enjoy it. So maybe I need to find the right balance. Anyway. I think we need to talk specifically about the item textures in this pack, because when I first opened up this game, and I'm going to be honest with you all, today is the first day that I was actually able to do that. I've had I've had a lot on my plate recently, in my personal life as well as my working life, and so this was actually the first day that I managed to sit down and actually look at this pack in its entirety properly, you know, with my full mind and body and soul actually engaged in this pack, which is exactly where you should be, I think, when a new pack comes out, specifically when a new pack that comes out when it kind of fits with your vibe, with your just general interest, which is what this pack is for me. And the fact that it comes out on the 31st of October, which is of course Halloween, for me is just like, it's incredible. I've wanted The Sims to come out with a pack on Halloween for the longest time, and I'm not sure. Without looking and doing a bit of research online, I wouldn't know just off the bat if any pack has ever been released for The Sims 4 on Halloween. My gut instinct is no, but that's not to say that that's not the case. I'm probably wrong. But the fact that this pack comes out on Halloween, it's wonderful. And I was kind of hoping that the team would consider doing something similar for like Christmas time as well, or at least giving us like some sort of base game update for Christmas, because I think it's long overdue. I feel like a lot of the Christmas kind of decor items and activities that your Sims can partake in are kind of aged at this point, and I think they could do with a little bit of a refresh. You'll have to let me know if you agree or disagree. But okay, you know as well as I do, when a new pack comes out, let's actually talk about the build for a second. When a new pack comes out, I adore sifting through the debug menu of a new pack, and this pack, The Sims 4 Life and Death, did not disappoint for a second. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't think it was going to. Genuinely, I was having a sift through and I was like, oh my gosh, this pack, it was kind of made for me. Genuinely, all the spooky vibes and it's just everything. I'm so impressed so far. And no, I haven't explored any gameplay as of yet, but it's definitely something that I would like to partake in. So if gameplay videos are something that you would like to see me do, please let me know, because I do think there's still some time between now and I would say like the middle of November before I start my festive and Christmas builds and Christmas videos and festive videos. There's still a little bit of time for me to, you know, do some spooky content. I've always said, like, for the month of October for this year, every single video that I have posted or I'm planning to post has a spooky or autumnal vibe to it. And I'm quite proud of myself actually, because I've actually managed to stick to that this year. Genuinely, I have. I've always wanted to go into that mindset every single year. And I managed to do like maybe one or two, and then I just kind of stop. Whereas this time period of this year, I've managed to do quite a few videos that kind of fit that bill, and I'm really happy. I'm genuinely really happy, because this time of year makes me feel probably more alive than I do in any other time of year. I think everybody has that special time of year that they genuinely enjoy. Some people adore spring, some people like summer, some people love autumn, and some people adore Christmas. You know, it just depends on you. And, you know, definitely me being me, I'm definitely an autumn Halloween girly, followed very closely by Christmas, because Christmas is a very magical time. It's a very magical time, and I'm definitely going to create content around the festive period and Christmas period that kind of marries up with that, because this year it's been a year. It genuinely has. It's definitely been a very strange year, particularly I would say from like August onwards. It's been very odd, and so I've had a lot going on. And I like normality. I like things to just be normal and things to just be easy. And I know that life is not always like that. And unfortunately this year for me, it's thrown us some curveballs. And so I'm just trying to roll with the punches and just make the best of what I have. Because I am very lucky. And yeah, that's probably as much as I'm prepared to go into it. Anyway, you know, enough about talking about morbid things. We have moved on to the back of the build and just pulling out some more debug items from the menu. And I'm going to be honest, I am missing my tool mod, my better build by. Not that I never thought I'd say that. That's not fair at all. There's so many people have said to me, Rach, you really need to try tool, you need to try better build by. I installed it in my game, I think around 6 or 7, maybe 8 weeks ago now, and my life was changed. The fact that I can eyedrop debug items changed my life, and because tool hasn't yet been updated, which is completely understandable, you know, we've had a major base game update, a major expansion pack is on the way, 100% understand that. And I didn't realize how much I would miss that mod. Genuinely, you know, just being able to eyedrop copy items from the debug menu, I found myself like trying to do it throughout multiple occasions on this build, and I was like, Rachel, you don't have that mod installed currently. Anyway, so the exterior is done, and now we have moved on to the interior. So downstairs consists of, as you walk into the build, you are greeted with the kitchen. Then to the direct left, we have the downstairs office, and then we have like a very large, grand, open plan kind of living room, dining room situation, along with a full downstairs bathroom. And then upstairs we have 2 further bathrooms, one of which is an ensuite, and then 3 bedrooms, one of which is the main bedroom, and then 2 are the kids' rooms. So I think I made this for a family of 6, just doing quick maths in my head. So you could definitely fit up to 6 Sims in this house, which I was really, really pleased about. And then, as I said at the beginning, I was trying to use as many items from Life and Death as I possibly could. I was so pleased to see that we received a new kitchen set. I'm always up for a new kitchen set, as I think most builders are in The Sims 4. Whenever a pack comes out and there's a new kitchen set, we're always so excited. So I was really pleased with this. It's genuinely beautiful. One thing that I did notice, and it's just a very small critique from my end at least, the matching sink, quote unquote, doesn't quite match with the actual countertop, which was a little bit frustrating. I will speak a little bit more about it when we actually try and fit the sink in, and I do manage to fit the sink in. It's just that I have to kind of adjust the colour of the fridge and the cooker to match the sink, otherwise it would have looked a little bit strange. So I think at the moment that's probably my only gripe with the matching. Here we are. Can you see it doesn't quite match? Even though you can see that the greenish turquoisey tone is supposed to match, it doesn't match. So I ended up going for the black one to kind of make that obvious contrast, that it doesn't look like I'm trying to match something that's not matching. But yeah, I say it's a minor thing. I feel like it's something that's been overlooked and should not have been overlooked, but look, it is what it is. Perhaps they will fix it, perhaps they will not. Perhaps you guys don't have a problem with it. I don't know. I'm merely just pointing something out, okay? So it is what it is at this point. But anyway, I kind of restricted the clutter a little bit because I don't know if you guys have noticed. Since uninstalling the tool mod and the better build by mod, my debug menu seems to be a little bit off. And I have seen other creators have this same problem. Like, you'll go to, say, for example, kitchen appliances or kitchen decor, and then it brings up like all the debug items. And I'm thinking, well, I haven't selected debug, so why is debug even an option? But that could be something that I'm doing wrong. I can't remember it being a problem when I didn't have better build by or tool mod installed, but maybe there's something else that's conflicting with something. I don't know. I have seen other creators have this issue, so I'm just hoping there's a fix. I'm really hoping there's a fix at some point, because I'm going to be honest, I don't have the energy to kind of sift through all this stuff all the time, and it exhausts me. Anyway, so the kitchen's done. We do have like a small breakfast bar in there because we have a full dining room in the living area, which I will show you in just a moment, and then that's the full bathroom downstairs. Now, I'd just like to make a disclaimer, please do not panic for a second, because I am fully aware that I did not put a sink in that bathroom. And when I moved on to the bathrooms upstairs, I very quickly realized that that was the case, and I fixed it. So, if you are about to comment, Rachel, there is not a sink in the downstairs bathroom, you are 1000% correct. However, I would like to point out that I did realise that this was a problem, and I did correct this off camera whilst I was fitting the upstairs bathrooms, which I do not show on camera, because if you know me and know me well, you'll know that if my houses have more than 1 or 2, 3, 4, whatever, 5 bathrooms, I'll only show one bathroom being decorated, because the other bathrooms in the property will likely be almost identical. So I don't really see the point in showing repetitive footage. But please know that once this house is available to download from the gallery, which will be on Halloween, the 31st of October, when the pack releases, everything is as it should be. Please do not panic for a second. I was clearly just having a brain fart moment. I wasn't thinking clearly, which happens quite often. But yeah, please do not panic. Please do not worry. It's something that is fixed. Anyway, I do feel like the living room dining area came together really quickly, and I'm going to be honest, I was a little bit skeptical about this big space before I started, but then the items just kind of started flowing, and then because I think the house has this kind of grand feel to it, it took the pressure, I can speak, I promise, it took the pressure away a little bit, and then I just started to kind of add items here and there. We have a chess table here, which is not something that I would typically include in a build, but I just felt like it definitely fit with the vibe of this particular house, and so I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of perfect. There are certain things that I was expecting from Life and Death in the build by catalogue. What is a catalogue? Catalogue that I did not see. And I think one of them was a chessboard. I was kind of expecting to see a new chessboard, but perhaps we don't need a new chessboard. Who am I to comment? I felt like there was a lack of art pieces. When I look at the art pieces that we got with vampires, for example, paranormal, crystal creations, I felt this was a little bit lacking and was a little bit too niche. And in that, I mean that, you know, like Grim Reaper was part of one. Like this art piece here is part of Life and Death. It's beautiful. That's just one of the swatches that I felt was a little bit more generic rather than too targeted. And maybe I'm being really picky. I don't know. Curtains was another thing. I was like, why have we not got more curtains in this pack? We did get a set of curtains, but they weren't what I was expecting. But maybe that's me expecting too much from something. Although we did get this beautiful bed. There are some lovely rugs. The flooring is superb. The wallpapers are beautiful. We have a new shower and sink. Although I do think that when they gave us a new shower and sink, sorry, what is happening? We should get a new toilet as well. Like the thing should come as a whole set, right? Because then you're having to match an already existing toilet with a brand new shower and sink that's come with the new pack. Again, I might be being a little bit picky here, but that's just something that I have noticed. Anyway, we did get this wonderful rocking chair, this beautiful bed. The rug is also from Life and Death, but I did find myself using a lot of items from base game, paranormal, vampires, and crystal creations just to kind of fill the gaps is probably what I would say. I think, honestly, if I had just had the Sims 4 base game and the Sims 4 Life and Death to build a house, which is almost what happened until I got full access to the pack, of course, I think I personally, and this is just a me personally thing, would have struggled just a little bit trying to create something that I feel would have been good. Yeah, I think that's a fair comment, honestly. And then this room here, so the main bedroom's done, the hallway's done up here. I feel like I've just been having a little bit of like a negative ramble for a moment there. So anyway, this is the toddler's room. I use a lot of items from The Sims 4 Life and Death, as well as the new nursery kit. The word and title is escaping me currently. I do apologize. It's just what happens sometimes when I sit down and do voiceovers. Is it the storybook nursery kit? I feel like it is. Genuinely stunning kit, and this is the first time that I was actually able to use this kit. So when I first realized that I was going to use this as a toddler room, because this new bed is from Life and Death, I was like, do you know what, let's use a few of these items from the new kit as well, just to kind of make sure everything is a little bit cohesive. And I would like to just say for a moment that those two packs work beautifully, genuinely beautifully together. Honestly, that kit is superb. It is something else and absolutely beautiful. And then so that's that room done, and then we move on to our third bedroom. I kind of envisioned a set of twins in here. I was thinking perhaps a pre-teens, but you make up whatever storyline you would like. I was just thinking, do you know what, it's been a little while since I've done like a pre-teen room, so let's just go for it. So that's what I decided to do in here. And I use a wide array of packs, a mixture of items, whilst trying to stick to a specific colour scheme. I love how this room turned out, genuinely, and I think it looks kind of wonderful. High school years came in clutch here. I'm not gonna lie, high school years came in so handy. But you'll be pleased to know that that is almost the end of the video. So this house will be available to download from the 31st of October, which is Halloween, when The Sims 4 Life and Death is released. So please make sure to head over to the gallery and download that using my origin ID, which is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, will be linked down in the description box just down below. They are available for free from Sim File Share. Thank you so much again to the EA Creator Network for allowing me early access to The Sims 4 Life and Death. It's a genuinely superb pack, and I can definitely recommend it. But you guys all take care, and I will see you again next time. Bye!